Hey everybody, Dr. Scott Uhald here, and welcome to the March edition of the Wealth of Health newsletter. You may have noticed that we did not put out a newsletter last month, and that was a result of the passing of our CEO, Jay Cimino. And as a result, in this month's newsletter, I would like to do a little synopsis, a history, if you will, of the Healthy Habits program. It actually started here in 2002. Talk about a visionary. Jay Cimino was definitely one, because there wasn't worksite health promotion, especially in a car business, starting in 2002. Also in this newsletter, we went to Raton, New Mexico and interviewed Greg Gutierrez of our Ford store down there, and he gave us some tremendous insight on his perspective on health and wellness, and a testimonial that is really near and dear to his heart, and very thankful for that information. But before we get to Greg's testimonial, I'd like to share a little bit of personal insight about my thoughts of Healthy Habits, Phil Long dealerships, and the influence that Jay Cimino had on the inception of the program starting in 2002. At that time, we were on a nationwide plan and we were considering going self-insured. And with the help of Scott Arnold, the HR team back then, we did go self-insured. We developed a health and wellness program that is now got 4 on-site fitness centers. It has 2 on-site medical clinics staffed by a DO and supported by a registered nurse. And without Jay's vision, none of this would have ever occurred. So I would like to personally say thank you, Jay, for the opportunity to work at Phil Long and to work with the employee base that's here. It's a wonderful team, and God bless you, sir.
When you do that, you really make owners out of the employees too. They own the insurance company. Because if we could control the costs, and if they could control what they're doing, then we all have a win-win deal.
A couple of stories that I would like to share. Really, again, it's about the vision that Jay had. We had a really nice article that was covered in the automotive news. The very next day, I got a phone call from the Roger Penske Group out in California, and they were asking me, Jay Cimino, hey, what are you doing with this on-site medical plan? What are you doing with on-site fitness? How does it change the environment of what you do and how you sell cars? And I just think it's pretty cool. The Roger Penske Group now has on-site fitness, on-site medical clinics out there in their California dealerships. And that's a result of Jay Cimino and his vision with Healthy Habits. Again, I think it's a pretty cool story, and I think it's worth sharing. In addition to the health and wellness programs, I'd like to give a personal story, and it's a direct result of me having primary care at our on-site medical clinic. But a number of years ago, I had an issue caught up, and it was a direct result of Dr. Shane McCarthy doing her due diligence, looking at a past EKG, and noticing that I had a tremendous issue with ischemia. And as a result of that, I went in, and even though I'm the health and wellness manager, I had triple bypass heart surgery, and I would have never, ever caught on to it if it was not for the preventive care provided to me at our on-site medical clinic. So, Jay, thank you very much for that also. I'm pretty sure you saved my life.
I'm being persuaded now to open up a clinic in Denver. It's not going to take much to persuade me to do that.
And as I had mentioned earlier, I'd now like to bring up the interview that we had with Greg Gutierrez of our Ford Raton store.
Hey guys, my name is Greg Gutierrez. I'm the general manager here at Phil Long Ford of Raton. I've been with the company for this month, well actually next month will be 15 years now. That's a great question. I can tell you from the experience of not being healthy and well, of how it affects you and the importance of being healthy and well in the car business and just in life, period. You know, your health and your wellness is the foundation. Without that, you're not going to do much of anything else. If you're sick, if you're not feeling good, you're not going to want to come in and you're not going to want to perform at a high level. And for me, I've struggled with that throughout my entire life and my entire career. You know, I struggle with not only being overweight, but I also have type 2 diabetes. And by not taking care of my health and wellness, there are days where I come in and it's really a challenge to get through the day. I don't have the energy. I don't have the umph if you will, you just don't feel it. When you're not feeling good, you're not going to perform good, if that makes sense. So it's essential. It's essential, and that's one of the reasons that I joined the wellness program is I'm hoping to get that oomph, if that makes sense. Start. You know, I do a lot of self-development programs. I go to a lot of seminars. And one of the things that I did learn in one of them about physical activity was this. I was told to set a goal, and a very minor goal. And here's the goal. Get into the gym. I have a personal gym at my house, a little small gym. Get into the gym, jump on the treadmill, and set a time for 5 minutes. That's it. No more. I'm going to tell myself, no matter what, every day I'm going to get on this treadmill and I'm going to walk for 5 minutes. It's a very minute time, so it's minimal. And what the gentleman said is what you find is once you do that, you're going to go longer than 5 minutes. And as long as you get your 5 minutes, you've accomplished your goal for the day. So what I found by doing that is he's absolutely right. I go in, I jump on that treadmill, 5 minutes, turns into 25 minutes, turns into 30 minutes. It's turned into up to an hour, man, of just walking and listening to music or a podcast or whatever. So if I were to give any advice, it would be just start. Set a small goal. If it's just walking to the corner, every day walk to the corner, and you'll find that you're going to end up walking more.
Hey, Greg, that was great information, and I would like to say from the heart, thank you, sir, very much for sharing that. It's a wonderful story, and however I can help, let's keep rocking and rolling. I realize it's been a difficult month here at Phil Long, but again, I would like to say, Jay, you have left a legacy of health promotion that's going to be here at Phil Long for that 100 years that you're always talking about of being in business. So again, thank you, sir. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Sean, for continuing on with what I think is maybe one of the best benefits that we have here at Phil Long.